Hello everyone, this is Ray, the PM guy at Microsoft. Today I wanted to talk a little more about why I think PMs are needed at Microsoft. After my last video on what is PM, which you can find here, I received some questions on why do PMs exist in the first place. I mean, if you're launching a software product, for example, you have programmers who do the coding, and you have designers who do the designing work. So where does a PM come into play? What are the important works that PMs do that's so necessary in these tech companies? So these are the type of questions I received that I wanted to dissect more into. So hopefully it's helpful. And I think there's mainly two reasons why I think PMs are so important. So let's get right to it. Number one reason is because PMs are visionary. Like I said before in my video, PMs plan, manage, and delivers a task from end to end, meaning you have to have a clear vision for the product or project that you're delivering. Now, the vision is a very broad word. What I mean by vision is that it's answering the whys. So is this impactful? Then why is it impactful? And why are we building this? For what purpose? And how's the future looking like? Etc. Having your vision defined will help you and your team, stay focused with exact purpose why you're building this certain project. So even when some other people may say, hey, that product is useless, what you're doing is not necessary in this world. You have a clear purpose and a vision in your mind that you know exactly why you're doing, so you're not swayed as much by those. It's just like when you're doing something and somebody tell you why you're doing that. That's kind of waste of time. But in your mind, if you know exactly what you're doing, then you don't really care what other people say or what other people tell you. And you're just going to keep doing what you think is right? That's exactly the same as having a vision. Then someone could ask me, why can't programmers or designers have vision? Can't they do what PMs do anyways? My answer is yes and no. Yes, in a sense that they can physically do it, but no in a sense that it won't be a good allocation of their time. And if you ask the designers or the programmers to, manage what PMs do, then it won't be efficient. You know why? Because they're hired for what they do. Programmers are hired to do coding because they're good at it. Designers are hired to do designing work because they're good at that. From the company perspective, looking down from the holistic view, you want to have a specialization in each field to be as efficient as possible. Now, onto the number two reason why I think PMs are needed at Microsoft is because PMs are communication specialists. I don't know if you guys seen this diagram before, but I think this summarizes the PM role at Microsoft pretty well. So PM is basically the middleman of all these three. The UX, tech, and the business. The level of technicality you have to know will vary depending on the PM role, even within at Microsoft. Let's leave that for another day, for another video. But in essence, you have to have some understandings of all these three different fields and be able to work as a middleman, the communication channel between the designers, the tech people, and the marketing finance team, and so on. Let's use an example to go over this explanation. Let's say you have a team of people that's trying to build an alarm clock. And let's say the tech team has all the software specifications and requirements down. So all the features, how to build it, roughly how long it will take, and so on. Whereas designers have their own plan, how to design the alarm clock. Buttons go here, turn off button maybe here. But sometimes the plan of the tech team might not align perfectly with the design team's plan. And you won't know until later down the road that these are conflicting issues. This is where PMs come in to make sure everybody's on the same page as we progress this forward so that we don't have to go back and do the planning again from the beginning, which happens quite a lot in many companies. And the second part of the issue could be that, even after they find out there's an underlying issue and have a meeting, it might be hard for the two different teams with the two separate goals to come into a midway solution, right? Because they have their own perspectives and own aspect, own goal, own deliverables, right? And that's where PMs jump in again to make sure what's the best for the whole team. PMs have to understand both sides to really guide the conversation even within the meeting. So in this sense, I don't know if you guys use this before, but PM's kind of like a multi-purpose oil that lubricates the hinge between the doors if it's kind of dry and making these squeaky noises. So there you have it, guys. Having understanding of why certain rules exist in the first place helps you understand the purpose of what you do. And once you have that purpose, you tend to do a better job. So if you find this useful, please like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more videos I'm gonna post on PM related stuff. I'm gonna try to post 1 or 2 a week. So stay tuned for that and see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching again and see you next time.